class, today we're going to learn about Excel. Excel is a spreadsheet, a grid made from columns and rows. It is a software program that can make number manipulation easy and somewhat painless. The nice thing about using a computer and spreadsheet is that you can experiment with numbers without having to redo all the calculations. A spreadsheet is made up of columns and rows. Where these columns and rows intersect, that is called a cell. So what is a column? A column is defined as the vertical space that is going up and down the window. Letters are used to designate each column's location. If you look on the image on this slide, you will see that column D is highlighted in blue. You will notice that the cells that are highlighted are going vertical underneath the letter D. Now, what is a row? A row is defined as the horizontal space that is going across the window. Numbers are used to designate each row's location. If you look at the image on this slideshow, or on this slide screen, you will see that number 4 is highlighted in blue, and that this row is going horizontal. So this is row 4. Now, what is a cell? As we already stated, a cell is where the column and the row intersect. If you look at the image on this screen, you will see a black box. That black box indicates cell C2, column C, row 2. The types of data that can be entered into the cells are labels, text with no numerical value, number data, constant values, or formulas, mathematical equations used to calculate. Now for sorting, information that you type into your spreadsheet can be sorted in the columns. You can arrange this data so it's easy to analyze. You can sort the data alphabetically from highest to lowest or by a number of additional criteria, such as the cell color. Tables. To make managing and analyzing a group of related data easier, you can turn a range of cells into a Microsoft Office Excel table, previously known as an Excel list. A table typically contains related data in a series of worksheet rows and columns that have been formatted as a table. By using the table features, you can then manage the data in the table rows and columns independently from the data in other rows and columns in the worksheet. Now, elements of the Excel table. There's a header row. By default, a table has a header row. Every table column has filtering enabled in the header row so that you can filter or sort your table data quickly. Now for banded rows. By default, in the Excel tables, the alternate shading or banding has been applied to rows in a table to better distinguish the data. As you can see in the picture below, a darker blue and lighter blue are used to distinguish every other row, making it easier to follow the data down the table. Now they're a total row. You can add a total row to your table that provides access to summary functions, such as the average, count, or sum function. A drop-down list appears in each total row cell so that you can quickly calculate the totals that you want. Now, if you look at the image on here, that first one we're summing, so we're summing all of quarter one's data into a total row. You can also do the average, so you can find out the average that was spent in quarter one. You can count what is in there. Counting function uses how many cells have a number. You can find the maximum spent, the minimum spent. You can do all different kinds of data sorting here so that you can get the data that you want quickly. Now, how do you create this table? So in the image below, I'm going to walk you through the steps of how you create it. So you already have your information in your spreadsheet, your first name, last name, company name, address, city, state, zip, phone, and email. What you're going to do is you're going to highlight your entire box of data that you would like to make into a table, and then you're going to go up and click Insert tab, and then you're going to select Table, and then it's going to create a table like we had previously seen with a header row and then each rows underneath that is going to be offset with 2 different colors. And you can change the design of your table to your liking. You can also freeze the headers. To freeze a row in your worksheet, you're going to highlight the row that you wish to be frozen. Now this is normally going to be your header row, so if you have a lot of data at the bottom that you can't see at a glance, you're going to want to freeze that top pane, like in the previous selection that we saw on the table, to see the address and the name, the phone number, so you can see which column you're actually looking at. So what you'll do is you'll highlight that area, the row that you would like. You're going to click on the View tab and then freeze the panes. Now to select a certain print area, you're going to highlight the area that you would like to print. So select that first, and then you're going to go up to Page Layout. You're going to select Print Areas, and then Set Print Area. This is important because we don't want to print off the entire workbook or worksheet. We want to just print off the cells that have actual information input into them. This will save your printing from printing hundreds of pages and also just printing the information that you are needing. If the information when you select print and you go to print preview is not working right, just like in Microsoft Word, you can go click the tab Page Layout, and then you can select the margins and select how narrow or wide you want your margins so that your information can print off correctly on the page. And that is going to end our slideshow for today. So good luck on your homework and email me if you have any questions.